Let's see what this Paksé is all about, the city here. Today we're gonna walk around, see what we can find in this city. Right next to where I'm staying is this huge temple here. So let's start there. I already put on my touristy pantalones. Already from here it looks really amazing. And I think it's all the way from over there and then that way. So it's definitely quite huge. It looks like you're not really supposed to go in this one. There's a lock on the gate. It's a little bit funny with the small light poles here with the colors. Because it doesn't really match anything else here. Apparently I was lying. The gate is open right here. Let's go in and take a walk around. It's quite massive, this building, for some kind of weird reason. I think mostly it's the perspective because you're standing down here than it's actually high, because I only think it's like 10 meters high, but it just looks so massive. Let's head to the other side and see. I can already now see there's a whole bunch of huge graves here. Let's take a walk around in here. It already looks so amazing with all the plants that is in here. So many huge graves. This one is from 95, here 91. There are just something really magical about these old, little bit worn out temples. I really like this one. It looks like something from a movie also. And then I love that combination of the old one and then the more new ones here. Let's take a look at this door here. It looks incredible. Take a look at this detail on this door here. They must have taken hours upon hours to cut this out. Wonder if it's one piece or what. It actually looks like here that this is one piece, which just makes it even more magical. And also the windows here is cut out. Looks also to be one piece. Could you imagine like breaking something right at the end, like the nose on the Buddha there? And then you have to start all over again. They're just so cinematic, these old sculpture with all of the moss and everything. Like it looks like a movie. It's crazy. I really like it when it's like that. The other golden painted ones are also super pretty, but the one with the moss is just really something special to me. It looks like this is a monk school also. There's a lot of young monks walking around in here. And chicken fighting. It looks like this one only have one leg. I think it's actually missing the leg. It looks completely like a cartoon. I don't want to get too close. I don't want to scare it. That's crazy. It looks kind of scary in some kind of way when it's jumping around like that. It's impressive it can hold its balance like that. And this will give kids nightmares. That's my hero of the day, this guy. What are these dogs doing in here, barking at me? Go away, go away, go away, go away, go away, go away. Go away. This one looks really sick. And they're just homeless dogs. They must be. Also on the other side here, huge graves. And I actually thought this was some kind of stupa, but it actually looks like it's a grave also. I guess this grave is the biggest one we've seen so far. Should we walk in and take a look? The acoustic is really nice in here with all the blankets and then the wooden top there. It's a little echoey, but really nice. I think it's a first with all the LED lights around up there. I'm not quite sure if I like that or not. Like it makes it a little bit like some kind of Tivoli, Las Vegas kind of style. On the other hand, it also looks cool, so I don't know. This one is like a glass one. You can see through the green stuff there. It looks pretty cool on this one over there. I don't think you can see it on the camera though, but it kind of lights up all of the green. The paintings in here is very like neutral color. It's not that really bright ones we've seen other places. Looks like I started a trend by going in here. I was all alone when I got here. Now it's full of people and shoes. So that was the smaller one right there. And it's an interesting thing, but I guess it's the day and age we're living in right now. But they came in, did a prayer, and then a selfie in front of the Buddhas. I know, it's just fun. That was a smaller building. Let's see if we can get into this bigger one here. It seems like it's locked though, but let's go around. It was the same on the other side. Some of the gates were locked and then some wasn't. It's full of beds in here. I don't think I've seen that before either. My know-how of Buddhism is maxed out here. I actually don't know if this is for the gods or is it for extra people. It looks like it's for gods with all of the stuff that is on them. So I reckon all of that will be gifts for the gods. And here also full of cigarettes. And then we have somebody sleeping there and then a young monk. And then the painting, like compared to the other one, this is more like the flashy style we used to. The ceiling here is also pretty cool. And then we have the speakers here, which looks like something from the 70s. It must sound horrible. It looks so big and heavy also. And here's my favorite thing. Look at all the light switches here. From the distance I couldn't really see what it was. It was like, it looks weird, but they fed the dragon rice. And then there are this huge building here. It almost looks like a hotel. I guess the monks live there, so there's probably nothing to see there. Okay, now we have two choices. This way, that's the river. I want to see that with the bridge over here, but there's music this way. Let's go and check out what that music is. It's an actual live band there. And it's kind of like right on the edge of feeding back all the time. I absolutely love this cafe here. It's a shame it's not open. Minimal cafe. Let's go back in through the temple and then see if we can go to the riverside. Really beautiful here by the water. I think we're gonna walk with the water here out to the Mekong River. The music over there, amazing. The feedbacking is like right on the edge all the time, and I kind of, as an old sound engineer, it's crumbling every time. It's like right on the edge there. Gets that's like an old work habit. There are people sitting here that look like they are fishing, and then there are these magical small boats here. I really like city architecture, and this one here with that green little house and then the view of the mountain. That's so nice. Also because it's so narrow, that green house there. And also right here, these apartments, so beautiful. This actually looks a little bit like Spain also. It's funny, the green apartment, it looks super huge from this angle. The other angle, it didn't look that big. But that balcony there is so big. I really hope that they have some on the other side also. And then on the other side here, it could almost look like California or something like that. I was here yesterday filming the outro of the previous video, and I actually thought the other side there is Thailand. Apparently I was wrong. This is also Laos on the other side of the river here. The Thai border shifts a little bit in up north from where we are, so it's not following the Mekong River all the way down, but at some point it kind of shifts in. So this is also allowed. In theory, I could go to the other side also. So yesterday when I was sitting here, that there was some kind of huge building in the back here, where some guy actually came and asked me, do you know what that is? And I said, I just arrived. I have no idea. Here's the Mekong River. It's really, really wide in this area here. And here looks like to be some kind of Chinese restaurant or something like that. And here the other way, the mountain, and then there's a big Buddha up here. And I was sitting over here yesterday. It's so beautiful with the haze and then the mountains here. I can say here it's actually quite touristy, like especially where the area I'm staying in, there's a lot of tourists. But then if you go a little bit out of the main roads, there's nobody. It's only the local. And then here where I'm walking now, there's me. And there will be a whole bunch of tuk-tuk drivers asking you all the time if they want to go to somewhere. I haven't been outside the door at any point where I haven't been approached by several tuk-tuk drivers asking me about going to whatever big Buddha over there or something else. Or in general just being, hey, tuk-tuk. We talked about it before. I don't get the strategy. Same with restaurants. Never go into a restaurant to try to pull you in. I'll never do it unless I'm really starving. Talking about starving, and this is more the coffee side. There was a coffee bar over here which I really wanted a coffee from yesterday, but it was closed. There was a lot of stuff that was closed yesterday. For example, I walked around 20 minutes to find some dinner that wasn't noodle soup, because I had so much noodle soup lately. Like a few days ago I had noodle soup in the morning, lunch and dinner, because that was kind of the only thing that was around. I really like the noodle soup, but sometimes it's also too much. And then so far, Pak Se, really, really nice, super nice people. The place I'm staying, super nice people. There's a lot of boats laying around here, some of them in use, some of them not in use. And here all these fishing nets. It's super nice here with the water sound. It looks like there are kind of two types of bills. The wood part and then the metal one. Coming from a country that 1,000 years ago was very famous for wide bottom boats, don't really understand the concept of such a narrow boat like this. Wouldn't it be easier to have like a wider boat? Wonder if there's any reason, or it's just like a cultural thing about the boats being like this. See if we get this boat started. First try. It looks like it has kind of a lot of torque actually. This is really super random also. Just here along the waterfront. And then there is abandoned forklift. I really wonder what it weighs. It looks super heavy. Like it looks like this is just pure steel, all of this. And then I see this building over here, all painted gold. I guess it will be a hotel. So funny with this country, just random animals walking around. This one, it looks like somebody owns this one also. What if they just like decide to walk to a different city? It looks like it's abandoned, this golden hotel. It kind of reminds me of stuff I've seen in Las Vegas. Quite funny to see something like that here. I really like to look at real estate and then save them, and then, oh, if I won in the lottery, I would buy this. I found a house at some point in Las Vegas that was exactly like this. Not painted gold though, but in this like castle kind of style, and it was everything. Doors, everything. In the middle of Las Vegas. It looks like it got sold eventually, but it was on for a long time. It also really has to be something special if you want to buy a house like that. But it was super cool. Very, like everything, every detail was like this old castle kind of style. Apparently I walked all the way to the US, New York bar and restaurant, and then a Chrysler parked in front. It's a pretty nice color the restaurant had though. And we made it to the coffee place, and it appears to be open. This is nice. Let's see how good this coffee is. It's really good. It was only 15,000. 15,000. I think it's the cheapest I had in Laos. And this is definitely one of the best ones. You should double the price, so you get double the money. I would gladly pay 30,000 for this one, that's for sure. And then he brought me iced tea for free. I didn't ask for it at all. There's a lot of restaurants, then they will serve you this on the side for free, like an iced tea. This one is also one of the better ones, the iced tea. The coffee here is really nice. It's definitely gonna come on the map, this one, that for sure. It's nice to sit down for a bit. We've been walking around for two and a half hours or something like that. What an amazing place, amazing guy. Why is this microphone moving? I think there was just enough wind so the microphone is kind of moving around. I have my microphone loose, which you sometimes will hear it bumps around because I move it around. So if I'm standing on this side of the camera, it will face, still moving. It will face this way. If I'm standing over here, it will face that way. If I'm behind, I will turn it to behind. It's also means that with this little bit of wind, I'm gonna hold it. With this little bit of wind, it's apparently shifting. Super nice place. Chi Coffee it's called, nearby the river here. It's a shame it's not a place you will walk past unless you go to this area. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go to this area again just for the coffee. Such a friendly guy, so nice. And I told him like this is one of the best coffees I had in this country and the cheapest. And I said like you should put up the price. He got really happy when I told him it's one of the best. And you could see what the way he was doing the coffee. He was very passionate about it. Definitely, if you find yourself here, which you might do, you should go there for sure. Plan is, there is this golden building over here. Let's go and figure out what it is. It looks quite magical. Where do you think he's going with all that stuff? Crazy when they stack up the stuff on the car and that. What if he like brakes really hard? Everything's gonna fly everywhere. Anyways, I just applied some sunscreen and then I just saw there was this temple kind of looking thing down there right next to these very abandoned buildings. I think we're gonna go there before we go to that big golden building just to check it out. It looks very abandoned, this. I really like the contrast sometime here in Asia. Very abandoned building and then this top shiny temple right there. And then a little grocery store here also in the middle of nowhere. These elephants over there look so cool. Mainly graves here, I would say. And lots of them. We've already been to a temple today. So let's just walk quickly through here to see if there's anything we haven't seen before and then continue up the road to that other building. There are like a bunch of street dogs laying around here. Actually here in Laos, the street dogs, there's not that many and they look kind of healthy, most of them. But in this city, I've seen a lot of street dogs that looks really sick. It's horrible to look at when it's like that. These two looks like they're having a great time though. It's like a huge fence around it, so it's probably a government building. I actually thought it was something you could walk into. I think before we go there, we're just gonna translate this sign here, just in case it says something important we should know about. It did say, don't pass, so we're gonna respect that and not go that way, especially if this is a government building. Gonna go walk this way around. Close to be ready to have some kind of lunch. I just really would like something that's not a noodle soup. And this is what you call urban farming. There are pigs in these ones there, and then all the goats there. I guess the goats we saw before is from there. That is so crazy. I don't think I've seen anything like this on the trip or in general, like in the middle of the city. Unless it's something for kids, right? But this seems like a real thing. So pigs, goats, and then chicken. And more pigs here. They're so cute. Oh, what's going on over there? If you know how a farm smells, that's exactly how it smells right here. The last part there was not that nice to see. It was like a tiny box with like 4 or 5 small pigs in it, and they were screaming like crazy. They couldn't move at all, and then he couldn't really close the lid, so he just put his foot on top of it and then pressed. That's not how you should treat animals, regardless if you're gonna kill them soon or not. So here is like a local market. Local market, I mean really local. This is really where the locals go and buy groceries, and actually also with the amount of it, it also looks like it could be like restaurants and other small shops going here mainly. Who will buy that much ginger there if you're not a restaurant? Let's go around here and then back outside. Really nice streets here also. And then I guess this is a non-official, not official Apple store. Is it all Apple products or what? It looks like they're just selling iPhones and then a little bit of cases. I don't even remember this phone. It must be like an iPhone 8 maybe. Because I have a 7 in my pocket and it only have like one camera, not that wide one. And yeah, that looks a little bit more like urban city life we entered again. This almost looks like the main street. Wonder if it is. Let me check on the map if it's the main street. But before that, look at the cabling here. So noisy, that car there. Just looked on the map. Apparently I placed myself in the most noisy part of the whole city. I just looked on the map. The main road is actually up here. We're actually quite far from where we started, which surprised me a little bit. But apparently there is a market right over here, and then there is a shopping mall that way. And I think I'm gonna go visit both because I'm hungry and I would really like to have something that's not a noodle soup. If I haven't mentioned that before in this video. So loud, these people. Let's go and check that market thing out. If there's any food that looks interesting, we'll have food there. Otherwise we'll go to that shopping mall and see if they have anything there. And after that, I guess we're gonna head back home because we're far out right now. Let's see if we can find a gap in the traffic here somewhere. Now. And then this side. Now. It looks like a huge place, this one. I guess it's one of these markets where you can buy everything. I'm actually not quite sure if there's anything interesting in here because it's just stuff. It's really like a tunnel of stuff. You can get lost in here very easily, I think. It's like the inner one, there's like official building, and then the outer side. I haven't seen a single foreigner here at all. Take a look at these speakers here. It must sound horrible. Because this is the reason why Laos have all of these loud places, because people buy speakers like this for their garden parties. Now you see, now I'll turn around and this guy that tuk-tuk over here, he's gonna wave and say tuk-tuk a lot at me. Look what I said. It's impressive, he just keeps on yelling from over there. I don't know why. Coffee? A little bit funny and a little bit weird. In that market, a lot of people were looking at me like, what are you doing here? Which is kind of weird because this is in the middle of the city, and I will guess maybe it's not that interesting for tourists, but you'll still go there to check it out. And then this tuk-tuk driver over there, he approached me 5 times, even though I was walking in the opposite direction. I don't know why. Like, I don't get the business model at all. Passport photos. Maybe I should ask him. When I was in the previous city, I went to 2 places. One said, go to the police station. It's like, it's not a passport, I want a photo. And the other place ignored me. Maybe I should try and see here if I can buy some, because I need passport photos when I'm going to Cambodia. They need that at the border for the visa. Got the photos. I don't know if the resolution is good enough. I'm gonna take a better look at the print when we get back to the hostel. I don't think it's good enough for a passport photo in Europe though, but hopefully it will be good enough for the border crossing. It looks like a quite big stadium, this actually. why these tuk-tuk drivers are so obsessed. He waved at me, the guy there that already have 2 passengers. And then he ran back and asked me, where are you going? You want tuk-tuk? Like, your tuk-tuk is already full. It's so noisy in here, the reverb is insane. I'm just gonna walk a bit around to see what kind of food options there are. There are like Dairy Queens, but that's ice cream and hot dogs. Pizza Company, they look so bad. And then a Texas Chicken over there, which is just fried chicken, which I can buy in the streets way cheaper. Looks like they have a full entertainment center here also. They have a cinema up here. It actually reminds me of that guy we met in Pakistan. He told us that he would go to cinemas all around the world, and I can't remember the number he's been to, but it was insane, of different cinemas. It looks pretty cool, this cinema here. Look at the entrance in there. I don't really know any of the movies other than Aquaman. The only reason why I know that one is because it's called Jason. He liked the same type of cameras as I do. That's the only reason why I know who that guy is. I decided to leave again. There was nothing that seemed like interesting at all. And I don't want to pay money for something that I don't really want. We're gonna risk it and then walk towards the hostel and then hopefully find some food on the way. I will be able to walk for 15 minutes more without eating. I walked on the back side of the main road, because it looked like there was food down here, but they were only selling drinks. You don't look well, dog. Really something impressive. This is 1 block away from that very polished main road with all the fancy stores. Hello, Savadi. Is that? Oh, no lao. Oh, yeah. Going that way around. Nice to meet you. The back side of the stadium. It really looks way different than the front side is. This is a really great picture on how bad the roads are here. Like, it's a full step down here. What do we think about these dogs? Are they friendly or they're not friendly? It looks like this is an end of a wedding also, and there must be something about this city and weddings, because I walked through several of weddings, plus the one bus that got here was completely packed with guests going to a wedding here. Right there, there's a car dealer. There's a Ferrari in there. I don't want to film in there because they probably don't want it. I'm just thinking, who buys a Ferrari in Laos where the roads are like that? You will not be able to go around. Like, the only place that would be possible, that would be in Vientiane. And you can only drive around in the center of the city. Like, everywhere else in this country, it will not be possible to drive a Ferrari. So weird to see that here. And in this city, it will just be the main road. You can like cruise up and down. That would get boring so fast. The number of times I've been walking on the middle of a main road here is quite a lot, because the sidewalk is blocked. I'm almost all the way back where I'm staying. I haven't found a place to eat yet. Apparently I took a route where there was no restaurants, or they were just closing. There will be no more to see the rest of the way. So I was thinking, let me just finish the video here. Thank you so much for watching. The highlight of the day is definitely the coffee at that coffee place nearby the river. Such a nice coffee, such a nice guy. Definitely go there. Tea Coffee. We still have a few days left here, so we're probably going to be a video more from here, and then after that we're going to go to Cambodia. It's going to be interesting, and I will find some food before I pass out. I'm actually not that hungry, but I'm pretty sure that my body is. See you next time.